In this video, I'm going to show you 10 easy ways to make coins in FC24. So for this, we are going to be using the transfer market, and I've compiled a basic list of ways to make coins in this game, and the last one is easily the best. So firstly, what you're going to go and do is you're going to go over to quality and you're going to set it to gold common. And after that, then what you're going to do is you're going to play around with both the positions, and in addition to that, you're also going to play around with the country. Now what you need to do is go over to the position and just pick a random one of these. So for this, I'm just going to go for left back. Then what you're going to do is go over to the country and choose a random country from this top 9 list right here. So for this, I'm going to go for French, and then what you're going to do is you are going to go and see how much these are actually selling for. And as you can see, French left backs are currently selling for around 500 coins. So what you're going to do at this stage is sit here and just refresh the market, either by using the compare price method or by backing out and just putting this down just like 100 coins or something like that and sniping up on the market. And honestly, this is the most basic way to make coins in this game. You'll be able to make some coins with it, but this next method is just that bit better. If you want to build the best team possible in EASPORTSFC, make sure to go and buy some coins from Mule Factory and use the code LECOINS5 for a discount. So for this next one, what you're going to do is you are going to come over to the consumables. Now this is the absolute easiest way to make coins in this game. It isn't the most efficient way to make coins, but it's definitely the easiest. So you're going to set the max buy now to 200 coins, and then you're going to set the quality to gold, and you are going to search up on the market, and all you are going to do is you are going to come over to any of these rare contracts and just buy one of them if you can buy one of them, assuming that no one else has bought it. And your plan is to buy as many of these as possible and then do this. So what you're going to do when you're listing these cards up is just list them at a load of different random prices. You'll list some at 250, some at 300, some at 500, some at 700, maybe even some at 1,000 coins. And what's going to happen is, after you list the card up, when people are trying to buy contracts for the players when they're in the squad tab, what will actually happen is that they will look at player contracts and there won't be a price set on it. So when you're scrolling through here, you're going to try and find yourself some gold contracts and you're going to try and buy some of them, but what actually happens is because the market is so laggy, is you can't buy the cheapest ones there, so you automatically go for the next expensive, which in this case is 500 coins. So if I was to buy that, I would be making, on the other side of it, had I listed it up, 300 coins. You will have to keep relisting these cards over and over again to keep getting sales. It's not going to be a quick thing to do, but it's definitely pretty easy. Moving into method number 3, we are going to move over to the next one, which is going to be chemistry styles. Now particularly, you are going to be trading with both shadows and hunters. Now I would mainly stick for shadows. Now you're going to be doing this typically on a Monday. That's usually when these are the most cheap on the market. As you can see at the minute, shadows are currently selling on the market roughly around 4,000 coins. But what you'll actually find is at the start of the week, you are able to get some of these for the cheapest that you'll be able to get them. So what you're going to do is you are literally going to sit here and snipe over and over again, and if you see anything that's 10-20% cheaper than what they're currently going for, it's going to be a buy. And what you can actually do is hold them until Friday when a new promo event comes out, and typically on Friday is when these will be the most expensive. So you could probably just buy them whatever they're going for, assuming that they're under 4,000 coins. It's always a buy. So you buy them at 4,000 coins, and then you would then be selling them at around 5,000 coins, because typically people will be buying chemistry styles on Friday and Saturday as they play in the weekend league. But in addition to that as well, they will also have potentially new promo cards. Because these cards have just come onto the game, no one has already put a shadow or a hunter on them, so it creates a demand for these cards. Really easy. Similar to that as well, moving into method number 4, managers are also another good area to do some trading with, using the exact same logic as what I've just spoken about, because managers will get cheap. For example, French managers, as you can see, they have been so expensive. Just all this time they are expensive. 5,000 coins, it's ridiculous. So what you can do is, when there is a mass supply of managers on the game, is you can buy them when they're cheap and expect them to go up when they're needed for different promo days. Now obviously you're not going to do this with France, because you can see right here they're just so hard to get. Like if I try and buy that, it's not happening. So what you're actually better off doing is going over here to the country and just setting it to something like Brazil. Brazil do still sell for something, but they fluctuate a hell of a lot more because they are a lot more supplied. As you can see, around 1,000 coins on Brazilian managers at the minute. Say for example we get a promo card who's an amazing Brazilian, maybe from an off league, you're going to need managers for him. So what you would do likewise is pick them up when they are low and then sell them when they are high. Typically during the start of the week is when all of this stuff is the cheapest, and then it goes higher going into Friday, Saturday, and then you can sell them on for more. It's so good. But there's something else that you can do this method as well. So this is moving into method number 5. Again, I'm going to set it up by going to country, Brazil, and we're going to find the absolute cheapest that one of these sells for. So the cheapest on the market currently is 950 coins, absolutely fine by me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add them to my club. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go over to the league, and I'm going to go and set it to the Premier League just to go and see how much Brazilian managers from the Premier League are going for. As you can see, Brazilian Premier League managers are currently going at 1,800 coins. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go over to the consumables and I'm going to go over to the manager league, and then what I'm going to do after that is I'm going to set it to the Premier League. So we've just got our manager at 950 coins. If I can get one of these at 250 coins, which is absolutely fine by me, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to back out. I'm going to go over to my squad, and then what I'm going to do is come over to the bottom right hand side over here, and I can put that Brazilian manager that I've just got from the transfer market on the bench, and hopefully I've done all this right, because if I put her in there and then I go to apply manager consumable, I can go over to the manager league, I can set it to the Premier League, and now instead of going for 950 coins, she should go for more. And we saw before that they were going for about 1,800 coins, so with all of that, after the tax, after everything else, I'll be making 300 coins per card if I was to buy a lot of these. And that moves nicely into this next method. Sticking with a similar theme, we're going to go over to the stadium, and I'm going to talk about kits and badges, because these are other things that are really easy to trade with, and you can buy a ton of them and sell them for more. So what you're going to do is you're just going to come over to badges, or you're also going to go over to kits. To be honest with you, I wish you could set it to any, because this works with absolutely any of these. Basically, the minimum price that all these are selling for on the market is 500 coins. They also quick sell at 485 coins, and they can be sniped at 450 coins or lower. So you can literally just sit here and buy a badge, you can buy a kit, you can buy a stadium, anything which is a stadium item will quick sell for more than what you can buy it for. And this is such a good way at just risk-free coins. There's nothing really involved in this. All you really need to do is just sit here, snipe for as long as you can do, and you'll be able to make yourself some ridiculously easy coins. But not as easy as this next method, because if we go over to the players and go back over to the quality tab and go over to special cards at the minute are really good to go and do some trading with. So let's go and see what the average special card is currently selling for. I've set it up wrong. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over here, go to special, and as you can see, we can actually do just general sniping of special cards at the absolute base price, which is absolutely ridiculous. So special cards can be listed up at 10,500 coins. If you ever see this filter at this price, you always should be sniping it. Just sit here, snipe for as long as you can do, because any special card on this game can pop up on this. Now, if you're quicker than the bots, you'll be making a ton. And even if you want to, you can set it the tiniest bit higher and just scroll over to the 59th minute. And once you're at the 59th minute, use the compare price method. As you can see at the minute, it's absolutely stuffed with radioactive players at the minute. So this one is a bit harder to do. But with us getting closer to the 59th minute, as you'll be able to see, is there anything there? There's not really anything there, and we can't really refresh just because of the player pricing. But I did see something that wasn't a radioactive card. This guy right here at 10,750. Now, I don't know if this is a good deal or not, but there's one there at 11,250. So I'm going to back out. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to try and pick that up at 10,750, because I could sell him on for a bit more. But I'll be honest, if I had a better chem style on him, maybe he'd sell for a bit more, which reminds me of this next method. So similar to this method, what you can also do is come over to this chemist style and you can just set it to shadow, and hopefully, if I've done this right, this still works absolutely fine. So as you can see, there's a card there at 11,500. We're going to put this the tiniest bit higher until there's 1 or 0 cards past the hour mark, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to search up again, and hopefully, yeah, I've done this right. And as you can see, there are promo cards popping up on this, and with all those radioactive cards so low at the minute, they may pop up too. So all you need to do is just sit here, and as soon as you see something that goes for absolute minimum price that isn't one of these cards right here, so isn't Machado, Quatra, Weather, Bernal, Athena, any of them, they'll go for something. And just use that logic every time that you're trying to snipe here. As long as something that isn't already at the bottom pops up, it's always going to be a buy. For example, this Machado or Mercado, whatever his name is, 12,000 coins. He's already on the market at 12,000 coins, so I'm not going to be buying that one. And moving into method number 9, you can do the exact same thing with hunters as well. It's not just Shadow that's exclusive to. Try this out with hunters as well and use the exact same logic. As long as they aren't already on the market and they benefit from having a hunter chemist style applied onto them, so midfielder or forward player, they will probably go for a tiny bit using this method. And as you can see right here, there's so much popping up. There's this Ricken at 12,500. You know what? I don't know if that's a deal or not, but I'm buying it. So let's go and see if that is actually a deal that I've just got. I mean, if it's not, this probably won't go into the video, but if it is, it's staying in the video. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go over to Ricken. How much does he currently sell for with a Hunter Chemist style applied onto him? Let's take a look. He's currently selling for, okay, he's going for about 14,000 coins. That's actually really good. So now all I need to do is back out of here, go over to the store, and I can go and get him listed up. Now, Ricken sort of reminds me of what I'm going to talk about next, and there's one card that you need to be sniping at the minute. So for this, what we're going to do is we're going to go back over to the transfer market, and I'm going to talk about sniping promo cards. Now, you can take any of these promo cards right here and do some sniping with them. One thing that I would recommend to do is go for the active promo. Now, when I'm recording this video, it's radioactive. When you watch this video, it may be something completely different. So the first thing that I usually like to do is go and work out the minimum price. Now, we already know what the minimum price of these is because we've already been looking. So as you can see, strikers, right wingers, blah 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 are going for quite a bit. Now, immediately I'm thinking, okay, so there's no defenders in here. So what you can actually do is start to make yourself some sniping filters around different things, but you have to actually use your brain for this. Now, it is quite difficult using your brain, but as you'll be able to see, a defender way there has popped up at 11,000 coins and we've missed out. So what I'm going to do again is I'm just going to back out and I'm going to go and see how much these are actually selling for. Now, it looks like the absolute cheapest is this way at 11,750. Now, I know that some of the other cards are going for like 10,500, so this could be a really good filter, and this is something that I would actually recommend for you. Regardless of the fact though, you can actually make yourself some amazing sniping filters by using all of these right here, and that's something that you definitely need to do. Now, if you're wondering how to make even more coins even after watching this video, make sure to click here because this video will explain everything that you need to know.